You hate Mondays, but you love SourceFed. I'm Elliot Morgan.
I'm Joe Beretta.
Back in 1999, a retired San Antonio police officer by the name of Frank Navarrijo was accused of repeatedly raping a 5-year-old girl. The officer, now 73 years old, has been in prison ever since after his alleged victim gave a testimony against him, all a part of his 20-year sentence.
There's just one caveat here. Apparently Navarrijo isn't guilty. The victim, now 20 years old and in college, testified on Friday that she just wanted to set the record straight. According to the woman, when she was 5, she had lies fed to her because her grandmother really hated the retired police officer.
You know how grandmothers are. The grandmother would say things like, "This is what he did to you." Now, what do you do if the person who sent you to prison recants their story? Well, they don't exactly swing the doors open and say, "Oh, sorry, my bad, you can go free now." Instead, they go through a long process, like a process that could take months, and they see if there's sufficient evidence to overturn the original ruling.
Now, this most recent recanting comes after a roller coaster of he did, he didn't versions of the woman's story. First, she said it wasn't him, then that it was, and then privately that the allegations weren't true. But the district attorney isn't so sold on the most recent version either. Rico Valdez, chief of the appellate division, stated, "There are all types of situations that can cause a victim to recant untruthfully."
And if you're wondering about the grandmother who might be behind all this, no one has spoken to her, and there's no word if she could be punished for any of this, but probably not. So whether this man is released and found not guilty or not, only time will tell. Still, regardless of this specific case, it's cases like these that show that our judicial system sometimes isn't as perfect as we like to think it is.
Also, people suck. Either outcome of this story, people suck. And regardless of the court's ruling, there is a court of public opinion that has no appeal system. The effect that this trial has had on this man is irreversible. Think about when you hear about stories about men who molest children. What do we say?
We say that they should be publicly castrated, we say that they should be executed, we say they should be tarred and feathered.
Yeah, we come up with all of these horrible punishments because we think it's noble and just and fair for the criminal to experience those things. And either way, if this guy's guilty or not guilty, this cloud is going to hang over his existence for the rest of his existence.
Yeah, and the problem is that sometimes, every now and again, these people with these clouds that are irreversible end up being innocent. But this man's life is ruined regardless. His existence as a human being means nothing now compared to what it did before. Now, maybe this guy was a horrible dude before all this happened. I'm only saying this because statistically speaking, most human beings are in fact horrible.
Is that the statistic?
Like 99% of people are horrible.
Cool, it sounds like an accurate statistic. But even if he was horrible, you deserve to be punished only for the actions you actually committed. This particular man retired from the police department in 1983, but continued to work as an investigator and public instructor. So hopefully this gets resolved in the near future.
Yep, and so what do you think should be done to fix our justice system? Obviously, there's a lot of problems with it, but if you could only fix one thing, what would it be? Let us know in the comments section down below.
Do the like and subscribe dance, hit the annotation for more video news, and go to SourceFed.com for all sorts of news. My name is Joe Beretta.
I'm Elliot Morgan.
Yes, he is.
Joe Beretta. Bye.